Hi, everyone. It is Cindy Rowe backstage live with some amazing women I've got for you today. Really excited. Say hello to Gail and Sarah. Hi, guys.
Hi.
Thank you so much for joining me. Just a little background information. I have known you guys for several years. Actually, I've known Sarah for a little bit longer. Our daughters played volleyball together in high school. And then Gail, I think I met you at one of my conferences. I think
Yes.
that's how we met personally, and been good friends ever since. I love watching you guys blossom into doing what you're doing now, which is so excited. So exciting. So tell us a little bit about your new venture as girlfriends going into business together.
Well, I guess I'll start. It kind of started this summer around in June. So I received a present that I thought was kind of cool for my birthday, and it was just a tiny charcuterie board. And then, of course, come August, we're celebrating Sarah's birthday, and we're at the lake, and had a couple glasses of wine. And I said, we love to cook, we love to do things for others. And I said,
and plan parties.
plan parties. And I'm like, I think we should turn this into something. I think our area, like Boone County, Winnebago, there's not anything like that. And so many people work hard and don't have the time to do things. And I said, let us like do some of those prepping, prepare things for parties for them. And that's kind of how we came to Gouda Vibes. And Sarah is honestly the cheese lover behind Gouda Vibes, though. So that's her end of things. So together we kind of just started this little venture.
Yeah, like the joke around the house is that I love cheese more than my family. My whole kitchen is based on cheese signs, and if I say I love you more than cheese, I really love it. Yeah,
That's awesome.
my middle son one time came to me, he's like, "Mom, I just don't like cheese," and then I pretty much didn't think he came from me. So
I know. I understand that completely. So it's Gouda vibes, etc. You do more than just charcuterie boards then?
definitely. Well, I mean, right now we're kind of just going with what everybody else wants. We're kind of customizing things, getting started, getting our name out there. Um, we definitely have added in sweets and treats, and we want to plan on going farther and expanding. But we wanted to start small, do what we did well, not get too big, and then think we can accomplish everything all in a day and kind of fail. So we're kind of working small based on word of mouth. We kind of have some smaller businesses that have really been putting our name out there, and obviously Facebook and just friends. So it's really been that's what's been making us grow so far.
Yeah.
I think it
The
helps too that we both are in other avenues of, I'm a hairdresser full time, so I have those customers. And some of the things that we've done so far, we got the opportunity to do the Chambers event, their Christmas event, which was, I believe, like 250 people. So we were able to do 6 large
wow.
boards, which was really amazing. We did some Christmas, Myers Kennel. We did one of their Christmas parties.
We did the Moose New Year's Eve party.
So, it's I guess just getting a little bit out there. And we have done some decorating too for some birthday parties. We've had some big milestone parties for people we know. So we've kind of mixed it up, but it's been fun.
Yeah. So growing in the avenue of kind of being your, hey, you don't have enough time, you're a busy woman, we're going to do this for you. We eventually want to be able to come in, set up your party, your graduation party, decorate, and then obviously, add the charcuterie along with it.
That's awesome. And for people that don't enjoy doing all that stuff, that would be a great service for sure. So you guys aren't new to the business aspect of things. You've had businesses before. What things have you learned from those experiences that have helped you now with this new business adventure?
For me, it's go slow. Don't try to accomplish, like I said it before, just don't try to accomplish everything. I mean, we have all these grandeur ideas, but baby steps. I mean, I feel that if we went grand at the beginning, and it's hard to raise money we have to rein each other back in quite often
Yeah,
because we're
that
so
is for
excited. And that's what's good about us. We could say halt and we both listen to each other. Because I mean, we could be off on a tangent and we have notebook pages of things that we're going to do tomorrow, you know. But I mean, let's face it, we're
So
busy. We both have full-time jobs. We both have families. So I think us just stepping back and being like, you know what, let's slow down the reins a little bit. Let's do what we're doing well and then build from there. So that's my experience from previous businesses. I'm not sure.
I have to agree with her only because this is my, I mean, let's see, I've done 3 different salons now, different locations and stuff. And I think in the beginning we were so like gung-ho, and then we're like, let's just rein it back and go really slow with this. So, you know, like right now, eventually we love to have a location where people can, you know, pick boards up. And in the beginning, we were like, okay, let's go find a place. Let's do this, let's do that. And then there was all these obstacles that we had to jump, and then we're like, okay, we need to slow it back a little. So.
And unfortunately, or not unfortunately, because it helped us in both ways, we were starting right before 2 major holidays, Thanksgiving time and Christmas time, and then New Year's. We have families. We want to enjoy our holidays as well, but we want to help everybody else enjoy. So like we felt that if we went so grandeur, we would have been frazzled. Probably we wouldn't have been able to even get through the holidays, our own personal holidays, let alone helping somebody else. So we did. We had to rein each other back on that at both times. Like we both had these, okay, we're going to get this, we're going to do this. Fortunately, we know a lot of businesses because we've been in the community for a long enough time.
Right.
We're able to use ghost kitchens. So other smaller businesses have really helped us as far as like, hey, we're going to help you succeed, not fail right at the beginning. Yeah. Because I mean, putting rent out there, you know, paying for utilities, things like that, when unfortunately we didn't have enough business that would have supported that right then, but fortunately enough business to keep us going with these ghost kitchens, which got our name out there to, you know, be successful for 2022. So, I mean, I think that's.
And we had enough business through the holidays that it was just right, Cindy. Like it really, like, I think it gave us that feeling or that sense of like, this is really awesome. And we know we can go forward with it now. So,
the response that we were receiving from everybody and how I mean, you would have thought we dropped off like, I mean, $1 million sometimes. Like, and the process, I'm crafty. I love art things. And I mean, it's basically an art. So to me, it actually helped me. Like, I felt like I could sit, I wasn't anxious or was like, oh, I got to get this board done. I actually looked forward to it. It calms me. It was fun. And besides me almost knocking myself out on Gail's cabinets a few times because they're very low and I'm very short. Other than that, I mean, we kind of did, we worked really well together. So.
I think it gives us that little bit of away from like reality of what we do on a daily basis. So it's really fun. It doesn't seem like we're trying to start like a business completely.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like work. It's exciting and fun.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome because when you have that true passion, I mean, it shows not only right now, right, when we're having this conversation, but it will show in your product. And that says a lot too, right? Like what you give is part of you too. And I love it. I look forward to tasting one of your charcuterie boards in the near future. But yes, I always look at the boards and I'm like, dang, I'm creative, but I don't think I could do that. So it's a different type of creativity, and you know, we're all creative in our own ways, and so it's really cool that you can pull that all together. I've had business owners on here before that were family members, but I don't think I've ever had good friends. So you've mentioned that, you know, you guys are able to rein each other back in, or, you know, give a reality check. But has there been any major hiccups where you thought maybe your friendship might be in danger, or not yet? Good.
No.
Or never. It's never going to happen.
I'm never going to let that happen. And I mean, obviously, it's cheese. I mean, you know, and what's good about Gail and I is best friends as we are, we actually have the opposite schedules. For us to even So it kind of works in the sense of the business
Yeah.
aspect, because when she can't, I can. When I can't, she can. So
Yeah.
even though it might seem like a hurdle to others that we don't have the same schedules, it's actually kind of been not a blessing,
Yeah.
but it's actually been where it actually works for us.
Yeah.
And I guess I think sometimes because of the other schedules, like I might create the board, she might deliver the board. Like we do things like that. And I mean, we've done lots together, but sometimes it does have to be separate. And then, we'll just like, even thank gosh for technology today, even though this was a little difficult for us. But like, hey, how does this look? Like with FaceTime, and stuff, like, what do you think about this? Oh yeah, that looks good, or maybe change that. So that's really nice too. You can bump things off of each other so quickly nowadays.
And what I love about each other is we're both so supportive. Like we're both like, oh my God, that is beautiful. Like, and I do believe the creation she does. Even though her and I, it was funny for the chamber, we were doing these 3 identical boards. So we had 3 sets of 2 very, very, very large boards. Okay, so we decide, okay, we're going to build them next to each other, and we're going to make them exactly the same, right? It doesn't matter. Our boards were right next to each other, and that's what I like, is that even though we were trying to do the same thing, we're both so creative that it did not matter. We just didn't pay attention to each other. I love you, but yeah, nothing the same. So I like that as well, because we both appreciated what we both did. So there's not like, oh, you didn't do it. Nobody's criticizing, or so that's what I like about it. And like I said, it's fun. It's cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
Do you find yourself sampling a lot while you're making boards?
Our favorite is the Merlot wine aged cheese.
Oh, that is good cheese.
Yeah, some super amazing.
Oh, God.
Yeah, you're just like, oh my God, how did I not know this didn't exist?
And what's fun too is we've been adding like crudité back, it back in. So we're adding veggies, and we've been finding some really unique. I mean, the meats we found, or the like stuffed red, the stuffed red pepper. I mean, it's kind of fun. Like we'll call each other. I'm like, oh my God, I found this topping. Like everybody, like we get excited when we go to the grocery store and find something. So that's been cool, and just kind of finding the different boards and how we've been creating them, and the dishes and the tongs. I mean, is trivial as it sounds, and most people will be like, oh, it's just utensils. Like we get excited about that stuff.
Well,
Yeah.
I think like during the holidays, I am such a freak during the holidays. Like the Myers kennel board, like I told her, like I didn't want to put pieces on there that were just disposable. I'm like, I always think like customizing and using some of the stuff, because I have so much stuff. I'm like, do you mind if I put some of my Christmas dishes on there? Or and it made the board a little bit more. So you're always going to get, not that we don't do, because we did a lot of deliveries of custom little boards so people could try them.
Mm-hmm.
But I think you're always going to get just a tiny bit of a little extra, because we want it to be special.
And we started at the beginning, like we had, okay, this is the price of our small board. This is the price of our medium board. I created a spreadsheet that took me days to put every product in there. So we knew, we were being profitable on our end, but also being fair to the consumer, whoever was buying it. Because I mean, you can even Google, you go to Chicago and like you Google a cheese board out there, a charcuterie board, and you look and you're like, $120 and it's this big, So like, we know the demographics around here, and we want to be honest, and we want to be successful.
Yeah.
But I don't think we've done one board that has been a price point, because we're like, well, what do you want? So but we want that. Like, it's your party, not my party. Eventually we're going to get more into the guests, like especially when we get a location, we have to be a little bit, more, we have to stay true to those price points. But right now, starting off, and even then, like, if you were to call somebody like, Sarah, I'm having this party and I want to do this and this and this, well, yeah, of course, it's your party. So we're not going to tell you, no, you need 3 cheeses for me. We're going to say, what do you want? So that's the fun part, is customizing.
Yeah.
And where do you get your inspiration from?
Well, I mean, I guess, like, truthfully, I'm a Pinterest girl, okay, and I have been for years. So even before the idea, like, popped in my head to do this. Like I had already, like I pin recipes all the time, and I was pinning things, and I guess from other artists, you know, and that's what I would call them, as other artists. There's so many. I do have some books. I don't know, things like that, I guess, from other people.
I'm definitely, I mean, the same. We've never copied one board,
No.
except for how to learn how to make roses out of salami. That's about the only thing that we've copied. Off of a video. But other than that, I kind of just look at it as an art piece. So I kind of just step back and, you know, look back and see. I mean, like I said, I'm definitely left side brain. So I don't look at it as cheese. I look at it as art. So when I look down and take a picture, I want it to tell a story.
Yeah.
You know, I want it to be welcoming. I want it. So I guess I don't even look at it as food when I'm doing it. A lot of it, yes, of course, I do look when we were doing the larger boards, you know, to incorporate. You don't want, I guess you don't want it to be very symmetrical or you want it to flow and look nice. So, I mean, yeah, so I do look at some inspirations, or we have, but I've never.
Well, I'm sorry, honey. I think you start to place, and then it starts to come together.
It just flows.
Yeah.
And I don't think any one of our boards will ever be the exact same, not even as each other, but it's the only one it's one true work of art. You're never going to get the same thing, you know?
Yeah. I like how you call it, you know, art, because really it is. And in some of the pictures that you've posted, like they're amazing. And, you know, like, and almost where you don't even want to touch it because you don't want to ruin how pretty it is, you know, how, yeah. And I love the fact that they're all unique, and they're all a little bit a piece of you guys too, right? And that just is what makes it special. And I feel like that is a unique selling point too for you in the future. The way you see yourselves, right? The way you're just describing it today is probably much different than some of the people like you were talking about that you researched in Chicago. You know, they probably have the Cindy board, and it looks all the same, and you know you're gonna get the Cindy board every time, and it's very cookie cutter. And I think that's a great unique selling point for you, that you do view it as art and you put yourself into it. So you can use that free advice if you want. I'm just joking. You guys said it. I just reiterated it. But you know, starting a business during this COVID crap that's still here 2 years ago or 2 years later, like, have you felt that as a hurdle at all, or because of what you've already built in previous relationships and businesses and just being in the community, that it really you haven't seen it be a hurdle for you?
Well, personally, in my opinion, I think the only hurdle we thought was going to be for the chamber. Just for the simple fact that originally we were going to do an actual table. Like that was the set. Gail and I also had that mindset. We didn't want anybody to touch it and mess it up. So we thought this, you know, because it's so beautiful and it's true, it's there to eat, but at the same time, it's your creation. That came up, we'll just switch out these boards as they become, you know, start to get empty or whatever. That was the only thing we were worried about with COVID, like where people, but once it was there, I mean, I guess that wasn't, I don't know. I think that would be the only time I ever thought of it. I guess because we were on the end side of people not caring anymore or starting to go out and to go to parties. I don't feel that it's been that much of a hurdle for us.
I don't think for this business. I think because our other businesses were so affected by it. I think this has just kind of been, I haven't felt too much except for the chamber, like Sarah said, but I think this has all been pretty positive. Like I haven't felt any pullback because of it. I mean, like I guess, you know, it was the New Year's Eve party that was kind of an obstacle because they weren't sure how many people were going to come. Then it turned into a great evening. So that it was kind of like, it's going to be this many people. No, it's not going to be that many people. It's going to be, so that was the only thing I really felt like, okay, how much cheese do I need to get, you know? But, yeah.
And again, that was something custom to them. It wasn't a normal board that where I would actually be like, hey, this is our kind of board. But because she had a relationship with the person that was hosting the party there, we did what was good for her. So it wasn't necessarily something we would put out there and be like, hey, this is one of our boards. We did based on her budget, based on the attendees, like based on them. So it wasn't a, high end, the most expensive cheese, but it still looked as if it was a high end board for them.
Right.
So, I mean, we are pretty easy when it comes to accommodating what you need. So we're not so stiff and like, oh, we're just doing this, just because we threw charcuterie on the end of it, it's still a cheese board. I mean, at the end of the day, it's a cheese board. And so we don't want anybody to feel that we're so high end that we can't provide that product for them, because we will. We will do what you need.
Yeah. We will work with any budget. It's just who we are. So, if people come to us and say, hey, this is what I have, then guess what? We're going to make it work for you.
Mm-hmm. And we even had people give us their boards and be like, can you put it on here? Myers Kennel did an amazing. She had a slice of wood that was a cross slice. And it was long and it was stunning, absolutely stunning. And she asked, well, of course, that's what you wanted on. That's what we'll do it on. So I mean, obviously we had to see what size it was and things it was first before we could even give her that quote. But we're willing to do all that stuff. Yeah,
that's great. So you said that word of mouth. You gave out some sample boards for people to try to get the word out. Facebook, Instagram, those are the tools that you've used so far for, letting people know, marketing your business. Have you jumped on the TikTok thing?
No.
Because I'm pretty sure that's where the salami rolls came from, right? I just didn't know. I was like, I wonder if I don't use TikTok, but I know how, fantastic it is for ideas and products and whatever. But have you guys thought of that? Have you already done it? Should I be following you?
I haven't. Neither of us have done it. I just became addicted to TikTok, and I think I'm going to wait for the picture, but Super Bowl will be a chili cheese hot dog nacho board that I'm doing.
Oh, wow.
But one of the girls at work really was like, we need to videotape you guys. You have to do this. You have to, even if it's like where they speed it up and it, it's over the time, speed it up, add some music to it. She's like, I really think that you have to.
I mean, I think we missed our opportunity of the day we were doing the community board, though, because I mean, that would have made people would have rewatched. I mean, we looked like we were a comedy show. I mean, we really did. I mean, we had cheese everywhere. It was, I feel like it was us natural.
Yeah.
We weren't trying to do anything. We were just being us, and being us is sometimes us. It's comical. So, like, I don't know. I'm kind of self-conscious with even doing this.
I mean, yeah, Cindy, I have to admit, this is huge for me, but maybe this will put us in the step of the right direction. You know?
Well, if I have to give you any advice for marketing, it would be as much video as you can put out there, do it. And you have such a cool product. And I think it's just the many different ways that you can, put it out there, right? Like you even said, like doing the time-lapse video of you putting together a board. Look, that's really cool. And people will continually watch it, and that's what you want. You want them to keep going. Or, doing a presentation of, the before and after a board after you've dropped it off or whatever. Those are cool things too. But I know video is super hard. And that's why I've committed to this show, because I hate, one, seeing myself on video. I hate, two, my voice when I'm on video. But I know it works. I know it's effective. And, I can't continually tell my clients, like, you need more video, and then I'm not doing it. So get over yourself. Nobody cares, right? And you guys can do it awesome where you don't even have to be on the camera, you can just show but I think you guys have such a special relationship and you're just fun people that would help sell your business too. So, well, we are at the mark of the show. I told you, ladies, it goes super fast. Where I let you guys promote yourself however you want. I'm going to drop in the little ticker there how they can get a hold of you. But if you guys have any specials or anything that you want to offer, now is the time. Tell people exactly how they can get a hold of you when they want to get one of your fancy meat and cheese trays, which is now called a charcuterie board.
Correct. I guess just look for us, follow us on Facebook. That's kind of where we're showing our featured products. We're looking forward to the Valentine's Day. We really want to do a charcuterie for two, kind of a little date night. Unfortunately, it falls on a Monday, the day after Super Bowl, so there's going to be a lot of hungover people, I'm assuming.
So you don't have to cook that.
Yeah, or get it for the next week and celebrate Valentine's Day the following week. Again, that way we can get out. We kind of wanted to look into some picnic basket kind of ideas coming up for the summer, date nights, things like that. It's important, just to have a date night. Could be a Tuesday, it could be a Wednesday, it doesn't matter, so we're looking forward to doing something like that eventually.
And if you're out and about in Rockford, my salon is called Fusion Studios, and we have some they're little packaged boards. It's a gift certificate and a little cheese towel that says a cute little cheese stain. They're $75. You can pick one of those up, give it as a gift, and then we will fill the board as the person needs. So it's kind of a cute little gift. We sold
super creative. I love that.
We figured we don't want to make the cheese board unless you're giving this gift. So like she said, it's a slate board with they bring us a certificate. We fill the board for them whenever they need that board.
So that would be a good Valentine's gift. And it doesn't just have to be for it could be a Galentine party or something. It doesn't have to just be for two.
Exactly.
Get your girlfriends together.
Yeah, we're definitely Gail and I. Cindy, you've been on one. We've done a wine trip before.
Yeah, we do need to put
we want to do another bus trip and based on Gouda vibes and kind of, maybe everybody can sample everything and see everything we do as we're driving along on the bus, enjoying wine. So cheers.
So, yeah, right.
We'll put the event out on that page as well.
Yeah.
So just a few new, like you said, we're going small. Eventually going to get big and slow. And so we just want people to follow us. And if they do receive a board, give us your honest opinion, I mean, really.
Yeah, feedback is super important to me. I think in the years of being a hairdresser, nobody's going to hurt my feelings at this point. So I can take the criticism.
Yeah, I'm a bartender server. I mean, people are mean to me every day. So you go ahead and say what you got to say.
This is your salon, right? Fusion Salon?
Yes.
All right. I just wanted to put it up there for people watching that they can find you for those cool gift certificate boards or whatever. So they know where to go now. All right. Awesome. And then your Facebook and Instagram is Gouda Vibes, etc. And then I have your email down there for anybody that wants to direct message you and email you if they don't do social media. But ladies, it was a pleasure. And I'm so excited for this venture for you guys. And I look forward to watching it grow and enjoying my own board soon. So I wish you all the best. And thank you so much for joining me.
Thanks, Andy. Have a great Sunday.
Bye.
All right. Bye-bye.